And now it's time for Windy City Sports Talk. And your host, Ryan Young. Hello, Chicago! Welcome to this live Friday edition of Windy City Sports Talk. And the cat just knocked a key into the sink. No, he knocked it. Peenie's here, ladies and gentlemen. And and it's my cat.
Peenie Bush.
Yes, let's go with that.
All right.
It is Sunfather Friday. I am Ryan Young. Joining me, Papa Shango, the Big Galoot, Willy. And what a day to be on for Dottie to be on the potty.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, sound more excited than that.
I'll tell you what.
There we go.
I'm in the mode. I'm ready. Welcome back to Chicago. The air will be filled with electricity. I can't wait till tomorrow night. Be it Kershaw or coleslaw. Bring 'em on, baby. I feel confident.
Well, let's first recap what happened for you folks that don't know.
Go ahead.
Because we'll start with the positive. We'll get to the negative of Chicago in a little bit. But first, let's start about what took place last night. Kenta Maeda going up against John Lester, Mr. Playoffs, and he shut them down. It was a 1-0 Cub lead. I forgot how they got the lead. I think it was a double in the first. They made it a 1-0 lead. Then the Dodgers tied up on some good base running and some stealing and some safe and some reviews. And then, do you think they're doing too many? I mean, the reviews are going the Cubs' way, but do you think reviews are really slowing the game down, even though it is helping?
I do love the reviews when it really counts because I want to know what's true.
I guess so. And
in previous years, when we didn't get that chance, it changes a lot of games.
Now, before, in the regular season, you only usually get one. There's been about 6 or 7 a game. Do they get as many as they want in the playoffs?
I have no clue.
Well, can we call Pete Rose and maybe he can confirm?
Oh, that chia pet.
We'll talk about him later. He's my new best friend.
All right. But
I love Pete. Okay, now let's. Okay, so it's 1-1. The nerves are. The stomach is curdled. The minds are racing. I'm pacing. The mind's racing. And it was just. And then all of a sudden, Addison Russell changes that. Thanks to the newest Chicago Cub, Mr. Joe Blanton. Hits a 2-run shot to deep left center, makes it 3-1. They add some more, and then they're up like 8-2 or 8-1 or whatever it was. And then Aroldis Chapman comes in and gives it up 2. Does that worry you? Anyway, Cubs win. They're up 3-2. They win 2 in a row. Does that worry you, Aroldis Chapman, the way he's kind of when he comes in? Not with. I mean, we saw him dominant against San Francisco. Does he only need to be pitching the 9th inning from here on out?
He needs to be in an adrenaline spot.
Because there wasn't no adrenaline last night.
Not a spot.
It was a 6-run
where
lead.
They're up 8-2. This is not his forte. Pardon the pun.
And he's in New York.
Well,
everyone's in New York now.
I understand that. It's not his thing to come in an 8-2 game. I think it was more or less of a workout. He started throwing pitches that I read the thing. There was the gun 75, 85.
You were shocked by an 8.
I was shocked
to see an 85 mile per hour.
I was shocked to see 75, and I thought, well, it's just he's not into it.
We still got out of it.
Well, you're up by a bunch of runs. You give him a little leeway. He needed a workout, and Joe Madden gave him a workout.
Well, usually you can tell how the game's going by how fast Larry King leaves his front row seat behind home plate. He was saying his goodbyes in about the 5th after the Russell home run, and then after they started getting Larry's like, okay, I gotta take my Viagra and go home and talk to my plastic wife. I'll see you around the bend. Because I don't think he's going back to Dodger Stadium anymore.
A couple of big scoop vanilla specials. He's always eating ice cream.
For a guy that's old, for a guy that's skinny, he sure eats a lot.
Well, ice cream. Always ice cream.
And then he's sitting there yapping with the lady from whatever Today's Show.
Yeah, whatever. I'll tell you what, you won't see his ass at Wrigley Field with the thing of ice cream.
No, and where the hell's Marlins man who don't watch a pitch?
I don't know. They're afraid of the cold. Here it comes. Get ready.
I know. So the Cubs win this one 8-4. They are once again 1 win away from winning their first National League pennant since 1945. My dad was 17 years old.
It was not.
You weren't even born. Your mom was like 9, right? How old is she? What year was she born?
You have to really put.
Well, you asked me this the one day. She's watching. Give us a text, Grandma.
I love her. So my mom right now.
She loves the potty.
She watched me grow up as a young Cub fan, rooting for what they so-called the lovable losers, and I never stopped giving up. And now, for the first time in my life, I have a chance to get to the big show. My mom's on top of the world. She is excited.
And you know,
I'm excited.
And
my son's excited.
And Mayor Moo. What about Mayor Moo?
And the Moo, of course.
She's a diehard.
There's nobody more dire than I am. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I know. Well, I think I've kind of taken that out.
You could do what you want.
You lost your love when they were losing 100 games.
Lost my love. I knew it was going to come to fruition. It just takes time.
It does. The Cubs win. We're going to get into the numbers when we preview it a little bit later on.
All right.
But so the Cubs win. Way to go. And Dad, tell everyone about my new favorite person on television.
Well, my son, for a long time,
through last year's playoffs,
has been a big critic of Mr. Pete Rose. Can't stand him. Can't look at him. He's a nothing. He's
ornery.
Hold on, I kept telling you, one of the greatest hitters in baseball, regardless who he bet on. The man had He had 4,000 hits. You can't throw that to the wayside. He's a good man. And no, you dissed me time after time. And now, all of a sudden, with the little chia pet hair and the bow tie, you're starting to fall in love with the old Pete Rose.
He's like a little cute old man. He's adorable. My little adorable Pete.
Why would you call him adorable?
Because he's adorable with his little bow tie. He reminds me of an older... That's what Anthony Smoothie's going to look like, my guy.
Oh, my God.
And we talked about this yesterday. If Tony gets a bow tie and loses 165 pounds, and we have a comment down here. Who's writing to us already?
Already?
Who do we got? Nick Alexson, one of my favorite... my listeners. He
What's up, Nick?
So happy for the Cubs. My father never saw them make it to the World Series. My grandfather had never seen it when he returned from World War II.
God bless you, Nick. That's sweet.
That's a lot. I mean, exactly. I mean, that's definitely a tough thing to talk about or to think about because there's so many generations. There's 100 years of losing.
Exactly.
I mean, even from 45, that's 60. How many years is that? I can't do the math.
So it's just
45. Hang on. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 05, 15, 16, 71 years.
Let's call it forever.
How old's your mom?
My mom is 82.
So she was 11.
She's on top of the world right now. She's excited. My mom, I go to her house this morning to have coffee. She's pumped. We're talking baseball. And for the first time in a long time. And she's realized, I said, Mom, do you remember all the days, all the times I was in front of the TV for the Cubs?
And then, and then you get the little old lady that's 102 years old. They did a thing on her. And she sits and keeps score of every single game in front of her television. Every single game.
God bless her.
There's been some tough ones.
There's a lot of people that are getting involved, and a lot of hearts that are flowing. Let's just not let this stop. Please.
No, let's see it keep going.
Keep it going.
So, but yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of people, and obviously you look at family members that unfortunately were diehards that weren't able to make it. I mean, obviously that's 108 years. That's more than one. That's 2 or 3 generations, 4, 5, 6 generations.
Right.
And then you have some of the big names that I really wish they were here, and that's Ernie Banks and Ron Santo.
Oh boy,
they're both of them. Obviously, Ron Santo would be on Sky 9. Ernie would not stop talking. He didn't stop talking when they were losing 100 games. Imagine what he'd be like now.
Oh, the both of them. I you know what?
But Billy will be at the ballpark.
He'll be at the ballpark.
But what is it going to be like Saturday night?
Oh man!
Okay, I'm asking you now. Who's singing the anthem? Is it Wayne or is it the guy that says "free" for about 2 minutes?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. I think they're going to give it to the guy who's got the
big
seniority.
Guy. You know Wayne.
Wayne
you know the big guy sings at Ditka's. He does Ditka's. He sings music at Ditka's.
Yeah, and then he has 3 fucking steaks after he's done with that. But
that's just the
anyways,
appetizer.
I understand that.
Bill Murray crashed a White House press briefing, talked Cubs baseball. I am bummed we lost my grandfather this year.
Sorry to swear.
She would totally... Or grandmother, excuse me, this year. She would have totally dug that. Of course, yeah, that's definitely... And sorry to hear that. And especially this year, of all years, they're close to, obviously, being there. And again, like we said, we lost a lot of good Cub fans over the years and that wish they could be here. But you know what? This Cub team's doing it for all of them, too, because all of them are still watching. There's going to be a celebration upstairs. I can guarantee
big
that.
One upstairs. Like I said, so many years. And I can't put the cart before the horse. I can't do it. Give me a chance, but I'll tell you something right now.
Yeah.
I feel something different against Kershaw.
Okay, now I asked you, so you say Wayne's going to sing the anthem.
Yes.
Who's going to yell play ball? If there's one person that just has that Game 6 feel, who would it be to yell
They
play
pick
ball?
one guy to say play ball?
Yeah, CM Punk did it when we were there. They did, I forgot the last 2 games who they did. Nick, do you know who yelled play ball the 2 games in the
I didn't know.
CS?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they always have someone yell. Well, you were on the potty, the real potty, when CM Punk was playing play ball.
Sorry.
And then okay, so who do you got for the 7th inning stretch?
7th inning stretch?
Yeah, who would you book?
If I were to book anybody for the 7th inning stretch, I might want to bring Bill Murray.
Bill's crashing stuff at the White House.
I know he's doing a lot of things. Or maybe a duo. Murray and Eddie Vedder.
You know what? I bet Eddie Vedder's going to be the play ball, and Bill Murray will do the stretch, or vice versa. No, wait. Eddie Vedder can sing, so I'm going to say Vedder does the stretch, Bill Murray does play ball.
How about the guy with the guitar?
I miss him. I think he got famous.
What's his name?
I forgot, but he got famous. He was great.
He should come back.
He was great. I loved his voice.
You already told me that.
Okay, and we're going to get into the numbers
All right.
Later. But first, we got to get into some other numbers. There was a game at Lambeau last night.
Was there?
If that's what you want to call it. And this game started off, what was it, 6-3 at halftime or 10-3?
Yeah, 10 to put the Bear fans thinking there's a possibility and we're looking good.
Yeah.
Until the second half came.
And so the Bears lose 26-10. They lose Kyle Long, he's hurt. They lose
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer broke his arm. If life couldn't get much worse, then you have Matt Barkley, no relation to Sir Charles.
No.
But what do you the whatever team they are, the Bears, they're 1-6. Their next game, they have a long time off. Like they don't play till Halloween night, Monday Night Football.
Okay.
Talk us out of this mess.
I'm going to talk you out of the mess right now.
Talk away.
There's a family.
Sure.
A bear and a cub. The baby of the bear. The big bear might want to go into slumber, but the baby might want to show some lumber.
Why are you talking like the coach?
Because it's the way it is. I'm from Chicago. And did you hear what I just said? Slumber to lumber.
Okay, I'm talking about the Bears.
Yes, exactly.
So
Bears sleep, they hibernate.
Yeah, well, they're hibernating, all right.
Hello.
But so now, do you see them? Like we talked about this last night. When do you start focusing on the first round draft pick?
Please. I'm not talking about first round. I don't even talk draft picks.
Well, you might need to with the next
John
couple of
Fox
years.
is in a mess.
Is he going to be gone soon?
Yeah, he was a fixer, now he's in a mixer. I don't know what's going to become of John Fox.
When did you become Eminem? What's up with all the rapping?
I'm not rapping. I'm just saying there's nothing to look forward to. You're 1-6. You're not going to make the playoffs.
No, you're not.
The other team on the north side has taken all the pressure off the Bears.
The Bears!
Season ticket holders for the Bears. God rest your soul.
Okay, so that is the Bears. I don't know. I did win $16 from the Bears losing.
That's a hindsight.
No, it's actually a positive.
Okay.
So the Bears lose. Cubs win Game 6 Saturday night from the friendly. Is it going to be the friendly confines?
I'm going to call it the electric confines. There's
Okay.
there's no vines, is there?
They're starting to go.
They're gone.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to be right back. We got to preview some Hawks, and we got to preview a pennant.
Alrighty.
We'll be back. This is your Windy City Sports Minute for Friday, October the 21st. Well, Game 5 of the National League Championship Series last night went the Northsiders' way as the Cubs win 8-4 behind John Lester and Addison Russell. The Cubs take a 3-2 lead heading to the friendly confines for Game 6 to do something they have not done since 1945, and that's win the National League pennant. Tomorrow night it'll be Clayton Kershaw against Kyle Hendricks at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports 1, and a possible Game 7 on Sunday, same time. It looks like it would be Rich Hill against Jake Arrieta, both games on Fox Sports 1. The Bears lose a tough one to the Packers, 26-10. The Bears now go to 1-5 or 1-6 on the season as they prepare for the Minnesota Vikings Monday Night Football on Halloween night. The Blackhawks will drop the puck tonight in Columbus, 6 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet. Tomorrow night home against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 6 p.m. on WGN. That is your Windy City Sports Minute. Now back to Windy City Sports Talk. Okay, we're back here on Windy City Sports Talk. It's Sunfather Friday. Appreciate everyone listening. You got Nick listening. Appreciate that. And of course, Mondays are Beatty Mondays. He'll be back, of course, on Monday to give his insight and his opinions. And I got to see him in person next weekend. So I text him, and I'm going to admit this. Even though I said I wasn't going to get... I never said the series was over, but I did text him Tuesday night after the Cubs lost. And I said, when they were down 2-1, I said, this series feels over.
Well, I tell you the truth. I was at work, and I was looking after the scores, and I had that sinking feeling in my heart also. It's part of being a Cub.
That's
You're
what I said. Yes.
Pessimistic,
I've been a
always
pessimist my whole
hoping
life.
for the worst.
And I said this yesterday. If people that have not, and I'm talking about,
You have to be a Cub fan.
you have to be a diehard Cub fan to know. Because if
Yes.
you're just that in and out kind of person, you don't understand.
You
it.
don't know.
If you're just on the bandwagon now for fun, and I said it. It's not fair for you. You have to endure the pain to enjoy the glory. Now that
pain-
is a T-shirt.
You have to endure the pain for the gain.
Yes. So, and for you people that are just jumping on the bandwagon now, it's what fun do you get out of it?
I've been waiting.
Because a lot of Cub fans, I know some personally, jumped to the other side in 2005. Mm-hmm. And what have they done since then? They've made the playoffs twice. Eliminated in the first round. Sox fans are quiet. They got nothing right now. The Bears are terrible.
Right now, it's a Cub town.
Now they turn to the Hawks.
It's a Cub town, no.
It is. The Sox could win 5 World Series in a row. The Cubs could lose 150 games all them time 5 years. It'd still be a Cubs town.
Oh, I tell you what.
They are the redheaded stepchild of the Windy City.
If this comes to Saturday night and this happens,
I'm feeling Saturday.
and I'm going to tell you something.
We're going to get into that, though. Don't get too in-depth here.
I won't say anything about who's going to win if we get there. I just want to be there.
And we continue to talk about that.
That's all I
And
want.
I asked you, if this series... The Cubs... Today was the date. The Cubs got lost the 4th game to the Mets. They got eliminated on this date last year.
Okay.
They didn't win 1 game. If this series goes 7 and they lose, you consider that a complete failure?
I would consider it a complete failure because there's no way in hell. I don't even think they're going to get to have Rich Hill pitching again.
Oh, wouldn't that be a dagger? And you said that. What if he had the chance to spoil the Cubs parade twice?
I don't see it happening.
But we're going to get into the Cubs in a minute.
All right.
First, of course, also news, Robbie Gould, the Golden Foot, the Golden Boot, has been signed by the Giants of New
He's
York.
going to London.
Yes, that's a 6-7 hour flight. Good luck.
That's all right.
After the Josh Brown controversy.
What did Josh Brown do?
This is a story that came out the Pro Bowl.
All right.
During the Pro Bowl, he was contained too much alcohol. and that his wife was in a hotel room. His wife had to change hotel rooms 3 times for her safety and well-being because he was trying to find her.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm going to try to find the article real quick.
You don't have to.
No, I want to know what's more in depth because I watch a lot of New York TV.
I heard today on the way home from work that they're going to bring him back, Josh Brown. They're not giving up on him.
He got placed on the commissioner exempt list today, which means the commissioner has suspended him and he can't play until. Let's see here. The released materials appear to contain information regarding other incidents of abuse from May 22nd, 2015, in which you were disciplined under the personal conduct policy. Apparently, he was God. This was his words. I can't find them on here, but he was God, and he treated his wife like a slave. That was his words because he was in rehab and he was getting help, and he was writing in a journal, and the journal was released to the media, and that's what happened.
You know what? In this day, let me tell you something. In this day and age of social media, I don't care what you did or what year you did it. There's always going to come a time it comes out. Isn't there a presidential election or what's going on today? All the dirt, the dirty laundry, the bull, whatever. I don't know. I think the media is taking over the world right now. It's terrible. That's all I got to say about that. Why does everything come up? What about Ray Rice? Is this worse than Ray Rice?
Ray Rice's is worse because they have video proof of it.
Okay, fine.
But in one journal entry wrote, he has physically, mentally, emotionally, and verbally have been a repulsive man. It's just he is a sick individual.
I guess. Well,
I'm trying to see where and one.
You're taking up a lot of time.
I know, but so that's that.
Let's get away with that.
Molly Brown told police, which is his wife, that he has been physically violent with her more than 20 instances during the past 7 years.
Why did Molly come after the first instance?
Because she liked the money.
I don't know what she likes.
In police documents released Wednesday, Brown admitted he had been a liar for most of his life. He claimed to have a porn addiction and had been abusive to women all the way back to age of 7. How the hell can you abuse a woman at 7 after being molested as a young boy? Now, he admitted that he needs help for the stuff that he's seen and what's happened, but that's still a rough patch. Okay, my producer's telling me to move on.
Yes, I am.
Let's talk Blackhawks real quick. We got 7 minutes left on the potty for the week before we kick off a very fun weekend. Mm-hmm. Blackhawks tonight are in Columbus to do battle with the Blue Jackets.
The Columbus Blue Jackets.
6 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet tonight. Tomorrow night they're back at the Madhouse. I don't know if many people are going to be tuning into that. Probably more Sox fans than anything. Maple Leafs at home. 6 p.m. WGN. The Hawks, I believe right now, are about 2-2-ish. They're back on track. It's very early in the season, but these points count as much as they do in March and April. Do you feel like the Hawks going in right now? Marian Hossa just got his 500th goal the other day against the Flyers. But overall, you feeling confident about the Hawks?
To tell you the truth?
Yeah.
The absolute truth?
Sure.
I heard he won 7-4 the other night. I'm the type of guy that doesn't move on to the next
No, you don't watch them until the playoffs.
And you can attest to that.
I know.
I don't move on until the other thing is done.
We're just immune to moving on.
I have the Cub.
I know.
The Hawks.
I know.
I heard they won 7-4. God bless them.
Okay.
They have some young. Okay, you're gonna cut me.
Yeah, because you're not going anywhere.
All right.
So again, that is tonight and tomorrow 6 p.m. starts. We'll see how they do. See if they can keep it rolling, and as they try to make their way to trying to prove. And of course, also January 2nd. I don't know if you knew this or not. As you can probably hear my cat Peony crunching in the background. Cats.
Oh, the kibble.
That's all the people. You need to see this cat. He's not as big as my other one, but okay. So,
anyways,
January 2nd, I believe, 2017.
We're in outside ice again.
Busch Stadium, Blues Blackhawks.
That's sweet.
That'll be fun,
and it's a good matchup because Blues are one of the top teams. And
since there was no playoffs in that stadium this year, I'm sure the grass will be prepared and ready to go for some hockey.
You better believe it.
I
didn't know that. Thanks for telling me.
By the way, shout out to El Roboski who's fishing.
Good old Al.
I hope he's trimming the handlebars.
Never mind.
Okay, let's continue. It's time. The National League Championship Series, Game 6 tomorrow night. The most important thing, Pete Rose will be on the pregame show at 6:30. Fox Sports 1, first pitch at 7:08 from the electric confines.
Oh, absolutely electric. It's ecstatic. Electric. I think the Cubs crowd...
How about the confident confines?
I like that. And I believe this crowd... Remember, they always talk about how many players are in baseball. They always call it the ninth player or whatever they call it. That this crowd...
Like the Seattle Seahawks have the 12th man.
Yes.
This would be the 10th man because there's 9 players
very
on the
similar. Very similar. And I like it.
And the thing is, like, I knew, and I said this on the potty last week, the Dodgers did not have a home field advantage this week. Dodger fans don't get there till the 3rd, and they leave in the 6th. There was no advantage. Them are just bandwagon people. There are 1,000,007 other things that people would rather be doing in Los Angeles than watching the Dodgers play baseball.
Here's the thing about Dodger fans. They show up late, they leave early.
Yeah, like Don...
Bottom line.
Say Don King. Larry
King. It's a typical Dodger fan.
Okay, here's some numbers I'm going to drop on you.
Go ahead.
Okay, first one. What did I tell you last night? And then ESPN confirmed it. The last time there was a Game 6 at Wrigley in the NLCS
Don't go there.
was the Bartman game. And by the way, folks, last night I wore my Forgive Bartman shirt, and it did not curse him. Tomorrow, Javi Baez shirt I'm wearing.
You wear whatever you want.
It's going to be an MVP shirt.
Because...
But anyway.
All right, go ahead.
Bartman game. Game 6. What if they surprise... Nah, they have to win it first before he could be shown in public. Because that could be the curse. And I'm talking like a real Cub fan there.
Yeah, you sure want to bring a lot of people back.
So Game 6, that's the problem there.
Right.
They were up 3-2. They were up 3-1 in that series, and they won 3 in a row. Did the Marlins. But we're going to dodge that bullet. Okay.
Dodge it.
Here we go. This is how both teams' confidence should be going into this game. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, for the Cubs, they have not lost. No, first I'll start with the Dodgers to make the Dodger fans feel loved. We only got 2 minutes, so I'm going to say this quickly. For the Dodgers, the Cubs have not beaten Clayton Kershaw or Rich Hill in the playoffs. They've only faced them once, both times, but they have not beat them. So therefore, Dodgers have to feel somewhat that they can win this series still. Okay? That's the Dodgers.
Okay.
Cubs side, they have not... And by the way, if you have to face Jake Arrieta in a Game 7... I said. Elimination game last year, wild card game. If he shows half of what he did in that game, they don't stand a chance. And then second for the Cubs, they have not lost back-to-back games in the playoffs yet in the playoffs. They lost 1 in San Francisco, lost 1 in Los Angeles. Or no, they lost 1 at home. Oh, they've lost 2 in this series. So they've lost 3 games overall, but they have not been back to... Oh, they did lose back-to-back. Shit. So there goes my...
How about my theory?
What's your theory?
My theory is they have already faced Clayton Kershaw in a short series. They've seen his reps. They've seen what he does. You get a short chance, and within a week, to face him again. And good luck, Clayton Kershaw. The bats are alive, and I feel confident this thing could end Saturday night.
And if not, again, Game 7 would be Rich Hill, Jake Arrieta. I'll be back on Monday to recap everything with Scott Beatty, maybe, because I'm supposed to go visit my aunt in the hospital, by the way, to keep feeling fighting tits. So that show might be preempted. But besides that, everyone have a great weekend. Embrace this.
Bye, everybody. Fun. Enjoy it. It's going to be good.
The Cubs are 27 outs away from being, but again, they've been 5 outs away before, from going to the World Series. Let's do this. Anything finally to close it out, Sean?
My final thoughts?
Yeah, you got 10 seconds.
I want to get there.
Okay, we'll see if they can. And if that's the case, either way, whether rain or fall, are you joining us for the potty next weekend?
I'll be here.
Okay, I'm Ryan Young for the Big Galoot. Have a great weekend. It could be a historic weekend. Have a great weekend, Chicago.